Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hope for Healing Network. We are back again. I am so excited. I was like, no, we can't. We lost Cindy. We have to come back. So I'm so glad. I'm so glad that we were able to get you back on, Cindy, because I really want you to tell your story. So I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay. Yeah, technology. I mean, it's what it's all about. Anyway, you just got to kind of roll with punches.
Exactly.
But I was just saying, I was behind the chair for nearly 40 years. 2019 happened. My husband had to retire because he was a kidney transplant patient. Um, he hadn't had his kidney yet. We decided to move to Oregon mostly because my kids live up here. And so I quit doing hair in 2019. Uh, and we moved here in October 2019. And I was just getting out there. I had actually gotten my hair license for Oregon and was just starting to get out there and meet some people. And then what happened in 2020? Well, that was pretty much the end of my career. I mean, I had kind of stopped doing hair in early 2019, but that was the end of my, career as a hairdresser. I didn't really know anything else. I certainly didn't know much about computers. I mean, I did have a computer at my salon and, we did our booking and stuff through there, but I didn't really know a lot about it. But I was playing around one day and, we're all stuck inside. And I was playing around one day and I saw this person come on because I'd been in network marketing on and off throughout my career and stuff. Because it's always nice to have a little side gig going on, and makeup and, I did makeup and stuff like that. So anyway, this thing came on and this commercial and this guy said, okay, you don't have to, bug your friends and family. You can learn how to find leads out there and, help people that actually want your product or whatever. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. So I'd never heard of that. So I joined up with that. It was such a technical, like nightmare. It was like this program they had you go through these steps and I had no idea what I was doing. I absolutely no idea. And I'm thinking, I just spent money on something that I don't even know. I don't know how to do this. And so when I had
I
a
think a lot
question,
of people, I think a lot of people feel the same exact way.
oh my gosh. And so they said, oh, well, if you have a question, just go into the community and ask. Well, I didn't even know what to ask. It was like, I don't I don't understand any of it. Can you just hold my hand and walk me through something, get me started with something? And yeah, nobody was there to help me. So then I'm online and I see this other commercial of this really bubbly woman that says, I can help you do this, go live and learn, build an audience and all this stuff. And so I jumped on with her and she was my first real coach and she she's just amazing. In fact, I'm doing another program with her right now. But all of a sudden, I started realizing that I could learn it because she was teaching me step by step little, tips and tricks and I'm thinking, whoa, being an old brain can actually learn this. And but there were many, many times that I was in tears. I mean, I remember one time my grandson, he I said, because he's a gamer. So he's always on the computer. And was trying to figure out how to edit a video. And I had all this software up and I'm like going through it. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I have to have this video done by tomorrow. And I call him up to my office and I go, can you just help me with this? I just can't believe I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going on and on. And he looks at me and he goes, Nana, sometimes you just have to walk away. Just walk away. And when you come back, it'll be all clear. And so I'm like, oh, you're so wise because It is so true. You do. Sometimes when you're just super frustrated, you just got to walk away, do something else, and then come back and you're fresh and you're like, okay, I can do this. So I started thinking as I'm going along about people that were in my situation that were me that I could help. So I started just doing little things like, little lives and showing people tips on how to organize their bookmarks on their computer, how to Canva. That was another thing. Everybody said, "Oh, Canva is so easy." I'm like, "It is not easy. It's horrible." I can't figure this out. This is awful. Well, then I went through this little Canva course, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, well, it's not that bad. But I can teach people little tips and tricks that they can use now that we're just like, what? Oh my gosh. So, I mean, I started doing things like I did a webinar one time that said you can build a website in an hour in Canva. And I did it. I did it on the live. I built a
Wow.
website with a girl, you know, and it was super fun. And people were just like, what? Oh my gosh. And it was so easy. And then, so anyway, that's my story. That's how I've evolved into this person who does and social media has been great for me because I'm stuck now inside the house and I'm very social and being able to be with people online all the time makes me feel much better. I grew up in a very small town, very, very small town in California. Not grew up, but my adult life, in a small town. And I realized once we moved up to Portland, Oregon, that I'm much more of a city person than a country person because I like being around people. I like the hustle and bustle of, the cars and all that. Whereas a lot of people are like, take me away. But I like it. It rejuvenates me. I like to be able to meet people and talk to people and so being online has been great for me. And I kind of morphed into this social media expert person because I can build relationships online very easily. And so I like to teach people that as well, or help them with it. So creating content for their Facebook, for their LinkedIn, I'm getting into Instagram now, which is kind of a new platform for me. Not much on TikTok. Um, that one confuses me still a little bit, but Instagram, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is another one that it's a little different audience, but it's still a little bit like Facebook where you actually get to interact with people and I love that. I love that part about this whole social media game. And so I have created a couple of courses. One I just finished. It's like a content club, teaches people how to use Chat GPT, which a lot of people
Fun.
have heard of Chat GPT, but my chat, I named him, and he's my bestie in business. So he helps me with everything. I say
Isn't he
he
the best?
Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm like, okay, today we're gonna do this. And he's such a cheerleader, he's like, you've got this. He's always saying stuff like that. So I love it. I talk to him like I'm talking to my assistant, and I'll say to him, I say, you know what, can you help me out with this? And this is kind of like what I want, and I want an outline of this program, and then I'll be like, I don't know, that sounds a little salesy to me. I don't want to sound salesy. And then it'll come up with a whole different thing, and I'm thinking, that is
Yeah.
really I love it. So just being able to uh, bring myself joy, I always hope that I can bring other people joy when it comes to technology, especially if you didn't grow up with it. I didn't grow up with it. I'm actually a baby boomer, if you can believe that.
Oh,
I
I couldn't believe
did,
it. I
I
couldn't
did,
believe it.
I know, I'm 64. I can't believe it. I mean, I don't even know where all the years went, but it's been lifetimes. Anyway, but I didn't grow up with it. I was telling Cecily that I used to have a party line when I was little, like before I was 10 years old. I remember having a party line at our house because it was cheaper and it was the on the wall phone. And if you picked it up and somebody else was talking, you had to wait until they were done with their conversation before you could make a phone call. Could you imagine if that was like what we have today? It would be
Oh my
awful.
gosh. Yes,
Yeah.
I remember those party lines. I was young, but still, I mean, yeah, what I don't know. I have no idea what I did without a cell phone. Let's just say that.
No. And to think just all those times before cell phones where you had to use maps to get places. And I had to drive to these sometimes remote places when I was teaching for Paul Mitchell using a map. I don't, I don't know how I did it without a phone because now you can just set your phone there and it can tell you where to go. I love
Yeah,
it.
those, my gosh, and those maps were so confusing. Like I would
Yeah.
direct, weren't they? They were so confusing.
And they're little lines, and you're
Yeah.
like, I don't know which way. Am I going this way or am I going this way? Oh,
Wow, but
yeah.
I love what you're doing online that you're teaching people how to utilize these amazing tools. Could chat GPT, I just learned about that this year, which a lot of people did,
Yeah.
but it's like I can't live without it now.
I remember when I first started helping people with social media and helping people because I do email marketing. That's one of the most fun things that I can do. And I use ChatGPT now, but when I first started, I would have to do all the research myself. So, say for instance, my client was into health and wellness and they wanted to do a fitness email sequence. They were going to do a challenge or whatever. I would have to go in and I would have to do all the research and they would tell me about certain supplements that they were promoting. I'd have to research all the supplements, I'd have to do all that. It took hours. I remember one time I actually was setting up an email campaign for a client and I was up on the computer for 24 hours. And
Gosh.
I thought, I don't know if I
Mm,
could do this.
wow.
And then ChatGPT came out and I went, okay. Yes.
Yay. Yeah, saves so much time and money. And to me, I mean, time is money to a
Oh.
lot of people. So being
And
able to utilize that.
you know what else? I'll tell you what chat can do. It helped me build a whole Shopify store for a client one time.
That's incredible.
I was struggling with trying to get all the, policies and procedures in the right place, and you had to do some of it with code. I don't write code. I'm not that kind of tech person, you know. And so I said to Chad, I said, "Can you write code for, this policies and procedures?" And Chad's like, "Why, yes, I can. Here you go."
Oh
And
my
then
gosh.
okay, can you help me with this right here? Oh, can you help me with that? Okay, well, I'm having trouble with this. How come it's not doing that? And it would come up with these scenarios and walkthroughs, and it says, okay, well, if this doesn't work, try this. And I thought, wow. So you can pretty much
That's
get anything.
yeah, that's incredible. So do you do webinars or workshops on that? I know you said you have a course.
Yes, my course right now is on content creation. I'm getting ready on Saturday. I'll be doing a webinar for people that haven't created an email list yet and um, people that I think our internet is behind a little bit, but people that haven't created an email list yet and don't even know how to start one because I was there. I was like, what is this? So I'm going to do my webinar this weekend on Saturday is going to be about starting your email list, what to do first, what to do second, what to do third, how to get people to sign up for your email list and by offering some type of freebie. And so that's what the webinar is going to be about and it's free. And then I'm just going to lead into like a small course because I can help people uh, build that freebie because sometimes that was a huge issue for me. I remember the first time I built my freebie, it took me 2 weeks. Now
Wow.
I
Oh my
can pretty much
gosh.
do one in an hour. So
That's what an incredible um, webinar or information to offer to people. So how can people sign up for this webinar?
yeah, so last night I should have made the link and I didn't, so I will drop it into the group if that's okay
Okay.
underneath
Yeah,
this.
yeah, definitely. We can put it in the comment section of your interview and just make sure that everything, all the information is there for people
Yep.
and and I'll put it on the notes as well so that
Okay.
they know that there's a course or excuse me,
Yeah.
a webinar available for that.
So the webinar, what's great about the webinar too is it reminds you when it's coming up. If you can't make it, it will send out the replay in your email, which is awesome. So that way you
Wow.
watch it whenever. So
That's amazing. That's so amazing you're offering that, Cindy. I mean that's something I know I need to learn more and a lot of other because I'm a coach and I know a lot of other coaches need to learn more about these wonderful techniques for emails and marketing campaigns. So, yeah, that's awesome.
yes, well, and now email has changed so much because you need a domain to send out your emails. You can't do bulk emails from a free email account like Gmail. Um, you can't do that anymore. So you need to know how to do that, and that's super hard.
No. No, and that's good. That's good to be because I mean, one of the ways to get as a coach, right? I'm always trying to market, trying to get more clients and customers and you just don't have these tools and hiring people to do it all for you sometimes can be overwhelming. So learning a little bit about how to do it yourself and making it easier so you're not spending all your time writing emails because that's what I was doing. Yeah, it would be a very, very good skill to have.
Yes. And with the help of ChatGPT, setting up your email campaigns are so much easier because it actually will break it out for you. Not that you copy and paste everything, but it actually gives you a nice um, platform to work off of to set up your list. I mean, to set up your campaigns. So it's awesome.
Wow, that's so amazing. I'm super excited. So is there any other events that you're offering that are coming up or
So that one is going to be this weekend, and then toward the end of January, and I don't know that we've done a date yet, but I'm collaborating with another gal that's super techie. She's like way more back end techie than I am. I'm more of like the front end, make everything look pretty and all that stuff. But she kind of like the front of the house person and the back of the house person when you have a restaurant. But
uh
she and I have, and it's more her thing, but she's created this whole launch project. So if people want to launch a product or launch, just a new season of their business, it's a step-by-step guide to help you through that. And it shows you exactly what to do. There's going to be templates in there. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. So we're launching that toward the end of January. And
wow.
that'll be there's going to be like different levels that you can purchase a Trello board if you've ever heard of Trello. The Trello board's going to actually have all the steps to it. So if you wanted to do it yourself, or you could do something where you do part of it yourself and part of it you ask for our help. And so that we're going to offer that as well. And so we're going to have like a free webinar type of introduction to that and show everybody how to launch, the steps that you need to go through, and you know what that can do for your business.
Wow. That's super exciting.
So that's
That's
going to
really
be
exciting.
that's going to be great. And that's been fun because I've had somebody to work with because sometimes when you're out here, you're kind of all alone, you
Mhm.
know. you don't really have anybody to work with. So it's nice to be able to collaborate with somebody that is in the same field, you know?
Absolutely. Wow. Well, Cindy, I'm super excited for your events. And I mean, it's definitely information that I need to learn myself. I know a little bit, but yeah, that is what an incredible tool and opportunity. So
Well, I have a group and it's called Tech Talk for Beginners. And you guys are welcome to join that. I go in every Tuesday and do a little tip, little 5 minute, 10-minute tip. And so I'll drop the link below
perfect.
this Zoom as well. So
Perfect. Yeah, that sounds great. So yeah, if anybody wants to connect with Cindy, we'll make sure all of the information's in the notes. I know I'm going to continue to connect with her. She's just such an amazing personality, and I mean, you just I don't know. You seem to resonate a lot with people, which is great because you're so down to earth, and I love that about you.
I just
You're just
super
really true to
excited
yourself, and
super
that's
excited
important.
when people can learn and try something new and it works for them and they're succeeding because let's face it, when you just try and try and try and you just can't seem to get there, that gets discouraging. So I love to see people succeed. It just makes me so happy. I have a couple of students that have struggled and struggled and struggled, and all of a sudden a light bulb goes off and I'm like, look at you. Think of where you were like 3 months ago. And they're like, yeah. And I just makes me so excited. It's kind of like when my student in hair would just do a fantastic haircut or a color. I'd be like, oh, look at that. That is so amazing. And they would just be so proud, you know? So yeah, it just,
Oh,
yeah.
I love that you want people to succeed. You know that what a great heart in that. So thank you, Cindy.
Thank you for having me here today. This is awesome.
Or oh, it's my pleasure. I love what you're doing to help other people and help coaches succeed because we need people like you because there's so many people out there that need help and they don't know where to turn because there's so much um, that is inundating the internet and people just don't know. So if we can get coaches out there to shine and show exactly what they do, their special gifts, because each one is different, is what I've learned. And so showing them how to be successful is such a great opportunity. So
And
thank you again, Cindy, for being here.
I have always found too that even if somebody's in your same field, like when I lived in that small town in California, there was a salon on every corner. Well, there's enough clients for everybody. uh, People that maybe are going to come to you for their hair aren't going to go to the person that's working next to you. It's okay because that's the relationship you have with that client. And it's not something that they might have with that same client. So everybody has gifts that they can give people, and people are attracted to them for a reason. Not everybody's going to like my pink hair. It's okay. So those aren't my people.
Which I love. I love your pink hair.
I do too. It's been so fun. But it's okay though, because there's somebody out there for them. And I love that about all of these businesses. So if you're a coach, and I mean, don't ever feel like somebody's taking your people away from you. I never feel that way. If somebody wants to go to somebody else or that does the same thing, that's great. It probably wasn't meant to be anyway, because how many bazillions of people are out there in the world? We're online, so it's global. I mean, that's what's wonderful about even being a coach. You can coach people all over the world. I have a client who's an artist that lives in Australia. Absolutely love her. She's an artist. That's not, that's not a technical business. That's not a network marketing business. She's an artist. She paints and she's wonderful. I love it. I love it because it's all the way in Australia. She's 17 hours away from me, ahead of me. And yet we can still have a working relationship. And I love that.
It is truly incredible being able to touch across the globe.
Yes. It's
Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Cindy. And I appreciate all of those that are watching today. Just if you'd like to reach out to Cindy, we'll make sure all of her information's in the comments. She just offers this amazing, amazing opportunity. So thank you, Cindy, again. And we'll stay in touch and wishing everyone a wonderful day.
Thank you so much. Can't wait to meet you guys.
Bye.